as you come in, please share and let us know that you're in the chat.
How we looking?
7.
When y'all come in, please make sure y'all share. Let people know we on, por favor. We'll be starting here shortly in a few minutes.
What is this? The same person?
Nah, this is artist. I actually know him. He's incredibly dope.
Right.
Strangely, he dropped the song in like 2018.
Got it.
And I ain't heard nothing from him since, but this was really dope. I hope he come back out with something.
Hey, Brittany. This is Russell, for all those who don't know, since he was trying to hint at it.
Me? It's awkward. I'm gonna change the song.
Let's say, who's singing with you?
You can sing with me.
Who's the girl?
It's no going.
But girl, you ain't speaking. Start with some time.
Now you try to be messy. Look at you trying to be messy.
Who's the girl?
Kezia.
Your ex-girlfriend?
Why are you doing this? Do you hear you?
You play the song?
It's my song.
With your ex-girlfriend?
It's my song. It's back up vocals, okay? Don't do that. Telling all my little business on this here live.
Ain't that what we here for?
No. No, we don't tell other people's stories.
What?
We don't tell other people's stories.
That's your story. That's my story too.
No. Oh, change that real quick. Lord.
Start sweating.
Anybody sweating. Anybody studying you. You've been taking jabs all day. You like, what's her name? You like
Melody.
You like Melody. A
I've
little
been taking
subtle.
jabs at your water.
What's the count at? Y'all sharing? What's going on?
Yeah, we might as well just go ahead and get started.
What is it?
Rainisha says, I was going to ask who was on the song. Yes, it is his ex-girlfriend.
Stop doing that for real. The line is there. You've already approached it and crossed it. Support that.
Hey, Jay.
Chill out.
All right, you ready?
I am ready.
It ain't climbing.
Does anybody have they put who's in here? Do they comment?
Yep. So I have Sherelle, Rainisha, Brittany, and Jay so far that have said something.
I need to share. That's what I need to do. That's what the world's missing right now.
You didn't miss anything as of yet.
We just getting started.
Mark Xavier, what's that? Oh, she's tagging somebody. Ha 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 ha. I knew that. It looks different on Streamlabs, so it just looked like somebody's name.
Oh, okay. That's my jam right now. That first song I played, Interstate Swinging.
I could tell because you played it last week.
All week I've been playing that joint.
No, I mean when we got on here.
Oh yeah. Did you share it? You didn't share it.
Jake gonna say who sang that song. Yeah, I just got yelled at. I ain't saying nothing else about who sang the song.
What he said? That's me. That's me, fam. The last song was me. The first song, Interstate Swinging, is a guy named Scooty Wop. Scooty Wop. Interstate Swinging.
Petty. We're not starting off that way.
We already did. We here now. Oh, we got 12.
Streamlabs only say 9.
See, look.
14.
We got 14.
Facebook count the people who just open it and close it.
Y'all silly. All right, y'all know how we do. We're about to kick it off and get started, do our little introduction stuff. If you're on live and you have not dropped your name in the chat, please do so. We're about to do the recording and we want to let people know who's rocking with us. And yeah, we're going to do that now. You ready?
Yes.
You ready? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Russell the Fourth.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Brandy.
And welcome to the #1 rated podcast in St. Vincent of New Guinea.
No. St. Vincent in the Grenadiers. We need a hand clap or air horn. What is you doing? You slacking.
And welcome to the #1 rated podcast in 4 different categories in St. Vincent
in Grenada.
In Grenada. Let's go.
I don't know why, but the country is literally called St. Vincent. No, and the Grenadines.
Thank you. I knew it's because I kept thinking Che Grenadine. It's St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The people that's listening from there is like, really? Sorry,
guys.
We're going to stop listening to y'all because y'all don't put no respect on our name.
Thank you for making us #1 in your country, though. We are super appreciative.
It's a first for us, right?
It is the first for us to be #1 in any
country. I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to take it.
Listen.
What was our highest rating besides this one?
We did the first week out. We made it to #6 in the U.S. charts.
#6 in the U.S. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to take this #1. The shout out to y'all. If you're listening from there, what up? If it's your first time listening or your first time listening to a live, this is our recap from our last episode entitled
Hot Topics.
Hot Topics, okay?
Short and sweet.
A little short and sweet Hot Topics where we just talked about certain clips. #1, who we got in the chat today, babe?
So I'm going to start at the bottom this time. So we have Adrian. So hello, Adrian from Alabama.
What up, Adrian?
Sherelle, Jay, Rainisha, Brittany, and that is all that I see in here right now. So if
you see Juanica,
I don't see Juanica's name in the chat, but if she here, what up, Juanica?
What up, Juanica? I see if there's anybody else she don't see. That's all. What's up, everybody? If you've listened to the last episode, let us know something. Have you had a chance to hear it? Have you started it? Has it been a busy day for you and you're going to get to it eventually?
I know Juanica did because she even shared it on Facebook. Juanica, thank you for always sharing the YouTube link on Facebook. So for those of you who just don't like podcasts, we are on YouTube. You can watch the visual of every episode and the recaps there. The recap show live, but then they also stay posted on YouTube.
Juanica gang for real. She stays sharing. So thank you, Queen. I'm trying to think. So it's weird because most of the time YouTube is the first stop and then the audio podcast kind of follows up behind that, but it's kind of reversed for us where our main listeners are via audio and YouTube kind of just now starting to really pick up. Our YouTube is, but y'all there. So just remember when you watch the YouTube video, even if it's for a minute, please like. That helps us out in the YouTube algorithm. So we see the views, so we know that people are watching. But if you could just like the video as well, that would help us go really far. Sherelle says, I was listening to the yeast infection one. That would be this one. That's the same episode. Brandy on YouTube always gives a little bit more provocative statements, really get the people going, try to get them to click that link.
Yeah, most people aren't going to click a link that just says Hot Topics with a picture of us. But if you see a picture of us and it says, I have no idea what the yeast infection is, it kind of piques your interest. So that was a very small part of our conversation. But to me, the best part of the conversation, I don't know why we say that for last. We should have came out together.
I almost forgot about it. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was tight when she was like, guess what I named it on YouTube? I said, what? Really? Okay. Ranisha says, I need to go listen. I haven't listened yet. It's finals week.
Well, good luck on your finals.
Absolutely.
I definitely know what that's like.
Support that. But you'll get a good idea of what the episode's about today because we're going to go over it. But still, when you get the time, go back and listen so you can get a little bit more of an in-depth take on where we stand on these topics. So we did an episode that was similar to this. First season, second season? First season.
It's called the episode about nothing.
Episode about nothing, right? Where we just picked some hot topics, clips, things off, Shade Room and different things on social media that were just good conversation pieces, and we picked them apart. Okay, so I hope you remember what the first one was, because I definitely don't.
The first conversation was about the woman who was in the most amazing relationship that she's ever been in.
Yeah.
She felt the most love that she's ever felt. She even said that her husband worshiped her, that he loved her more than anything in the world. And she knew that, and she had never been happier in her life. But, she was filing for a divorce.
Terrible.
And why was she asking this man for a divorce?
Why?
Because before they got married, he was married and divorced and had 3 grown children, and he never mentioned it to her.
Wow.
So she felt like once she found out that information, that she could no longer maintain a relationship with the most amazing man she had ever met, that worshiped the ground she walked on and had created for her a loving life and the best relationship that she had ever had. I'm not judging. I'm judging a little bit, just a little bit, because I tried to put myself in sis' shoes, and I tried to really think about the life. So they had been married for 9 months. So the life that I could have possibly lived for the last 9 months that made me draw the conclusion that this was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. What would make me walk away from that? Russell definitely presented a great argument about how the things that he did lie about were life-changing things. Like, he lied about his age. He lied about, or he omitted the fact that he had been married before and that he had 3 grown children. But to me, you've been living this happy life for 9 months and none of that has been a factor. It hasn't interrupted your life. I don't know if I would just jump out the gate and ask for a divorce. Maybe down the line. I don't know when and if it started to become a problem. But just when I found out, I don't think that for me, I could just walk away from that.
Sherelle says, and what up, O'Reilly? What's going on? Welcome back, Sherelle Nicole. How you doing?
Sierra's back in here too.
She says all that, and he didn't love her enough to be honest. ... That part.
That's good.
Sierra says, I'm walking. That was the best love that she settled for, but that wasn't real love. You spitting right there. Nah, I think everything was a lie. To me, there's no real trust there. See, that was my thought, right? It's not so much of what the lie was, as much as the fact that you're a liar. Like,
maybe he thought it wasn't important.
That's even more troubling, right? The fact that you have children.
But they grown.
It doesn't matter. You're still a father. And if that's not important enough to you to communicate to me, and she didn't just say he didn't mention it. She said he lied. Like, I refuse to believe that during the dating phase, that at no point did she say, so do you have children? So how old are you? She said he lied about his age.
For sure.
So you're not even being honest with me about how old you are. You built a relationship based on what you thought I wanted to hear. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to assume that just because you got caught in this one, that now your characteristics are changing. You're a liar.
Okay, so I have a question just right about that, about the age in particular. So I do this thing where, and I'm telling on myself, but I'm not going to be in another relationship, hopefully, so I can I can say this. But I always ask and make a joke about my driver's license picture and ask people who I'm dating to see their driver's license picture. I don't do that because I want to see their driver's license picture. I want to check their information. I want to check the things that they've told me. How old are you? Do you have an address that I recognize? Like, sometimes I Google the address.
Oh, wow.
To make sure.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, like, maybe that's a weird way to get to that information, but in the time that you have dated, in the 9 months that you have married him, you haven't done no verification on this person's age. Like, y'all ain't went nowhere, had to get an airplane ticket.
It's a sad day when you got to do background checks on people. Like, I can't just get to know you and the information you tell me. Something as simple as, how old are you? What's your name? Like, if that's the baseline step that we lying about, where's this relationship going? Right? Where you been? I've been to the store. Oh, really? Oh, really, Mark? If that's your real name.
Or maybe we don't know how they met, right? Maybe he lied in the beginning and just never felt like he could come clean.
You're doing a lot of trying to give perspective for this.
I him. We have a podcast. If we agree, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm just trying to throw in some alternate perspective here.
He gotta go. He gotta go.
I'm just trying to look at it from a positive. Like, what if they met on the internet? Everybody lie on the internet. He lied initially to get her attention. Like, yeah, I'm 32.
At some point.
But now he in it, and now he like, man, I can't tell her that I'm a liar or that I lied, because now she gonna think that I'm a liar, even though it was just for my internet profile. Like, I'm trying to play this. Eventually, I'm gonna tell her, but now we in it. We keep going, and
at some point before
she
the
married
altar.
me now. That's another thing. She ain't look at the marriage license.
He probably lied on that too. He's a liar.
Okay, well then her date marriage invalid anyways.
Thank you. Boom. There you go. Nah.
I don't think so. She owns some of that because you ain't do your background checks. You didn't do your work, sis.
I feel you. You know what she's guilty of? She's guilty
Trusting too much.
of being too trusting. And it's a shame that then that you can't just trust people. That you have to like assume the worst about them until they prove you wrong.
Let's take some comments. So
I
Brittany,
ain't checking no IDs.
I be checking. Brittany says, what else are you lying about? Jay says, I mean, they grown. Shrug. So was it really that big of a deal? Maybe it was one of those 50 Cent issues. Good point. Sierra says, nah, there were levels and multiple levels to not, maybe not, I don't know what she's trying to say there. Not some.
To not do that, but those lies, laugh out loud, we good.
Okay, good job deciphering. Juanica says he was a liar, period. That would lead me to believe that he would lie about everything. Can't be trusted. That's a big issue. Sierra says, low-key, Brandy, that's smart, but I'm good enough on the spot to avoid them needing to check mine. Jay says, what if he really didn't want the kids and the mother decided to keep them? Like, no rights or anything. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. You can pick up at Adrian if you like.
Sherelle says a huge issue because what if some of those things were non-negotiables for her? He manipulated the situation for his benefit. Adrian says, but didn't the mom tell it? He didn't even tell. That's
true. I don't even know. So
that's what it said.
Well, I had a question. Like, did the mom just come out and be like, look, he been lying to you, I want to tell you? Or was she just talking in conversation thinking that she already knew?
Either way, he never, at no point.
He didn't come clean.
At no point did he come clean. He was still carrying on the lie. So the information came out because he got caught, not because he tried to be honest at any point. That's a good point. Jalen, sounds like my farmer's only profile.
Not farmers only.
Okay.
Skip.
Sierra says, nope, he had to maintain a specific lifestyle of lying to keep 1, 2, 3 dozens of lies. Nah.
Now, I can admit that if this were a situation that I had to deal with, it would definitely ruin all trust. Now, would I want to build that trust back? I don't know. But I get what everybody is saying on the fact that like it makes anything else that comes out of his mouth from that point on like questionable.
Absolutely. Because I mean, we could say how much of these things really factored into the relationship, how much of them actually were consequential to your relationship. But ultimately, I think just the fact that he's lying at, I think you agree. Like that's just it's not even a red flag. It's what's like a really deep red? It's like burgundy. It's like a really deep crimson flag. Rainisha says it's worse because she found out on her own. If he would have told her, it probably would have been better. But there's no integrity. Amber's here. What's up, Amber? What's going on?
Sierra says, sorry, LOL. Wasn't double checking before sending those. Typing with no glasses is never a good look for me. Words are blurring into one another. That's okay. Russell was able to decipher it, so we're good. Christy says, Russell, you always have to check facts. I met my hubby online. I had to check stuff. You can't just trust anyone initially. Me and her are very similar in that respect.
It's just, I guess it's never been my perspective because I've never started a relationship with someone I didn't know. All my relationships have been kind of formed organically from knowing them already. So you're right. If I met somebody through means like online, I think I'd be a little bit more like, all right, let me see if you are who you say you are.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
what I mean? So I get that. 100%.
Or just maybe a blind date or speed dating or whatever, something where you don't have previous knowledge of this person beforehand.
Christy says she missed the beginning of the story. So
okay, you got to rewind it back.
You want to go real quick? It's really quick. So on our episode, we talked about a story that happened between a husband and a wife. The wife found out after they were married that her husband had been married previously and divorced. He also had 3 adult children, and he had lied about his age. So there were huge lies that she discovered when she was speaking to her mother-in-law. That story came out. So she ended up divorcing him. So there was a big conversation piece going on about whether or not she was right in deciding to divorce over that.
Because she was saying how good he treats her, how
Yeah,
this is an amazing
yeah.
relationship. She's never felt love like this. She even said, I don't think I'll ever feel love like this again. Like, I don't even know if I want to date anymore because I know that this was the best thing that
She's
ever
laying it
happened
on
to
really
me.
thick.
She really was, all to say that she was divorcing this man. I was like, obviously in your heart, you're conflicted.
Yeah.
So don't make a brash decision out of just, your feelings. Like, ultimately, if that's your decision to divorce, but finding out, being in initial shock about it, still dealing with the feelings of wanting to be with them, and then taking it to the internets. Because now all of these people got an opinion, and I saw the post on the Shade Room, and they were in the comments going crazy. I can't imagine what her
Yeah.
post looked like.
Yeah. I'm really going to try to get her on this podcast. I'm making
She
it
don't
my
want to talk
mission.
about that.
But here's the thing. There's people like that who just catch a story. They rarely get to tell their side.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean?
That's
so
true.
we'll see. That would be really dope. I want to see if I can make that happen.
Christy now has a stunned face after hearing the whole discussion. Sherelle says, all I can say is fool me once. Sierra says, I had a pocket knife in my front pocket.
Oh,
3
Lord.
people had my location and a girlfriend 15 minutes away on my first 3 dates with Kevin. LOL. You have to be careful. That's so true.
That's right.
Even with Russell, I knew him. Like, knew him. Our first date, I was like, you want me in the park? Like, in a public place? Like, it was a pandemic, so like it was either his house or somewhere in the public. I needed to be sure. Like, something ain't happened in these 20 years that we done been apart, and now you crazy. Like, you can't be too careful. We see that all the time. We talk about it on TV, the little crazy neighborhood war stories we see, just like people you living right next door to that seem normal but are absolutely outside of their minds, and you would never know it.
Absolutely. Jay said, if he was going to lie about it, why didn't he put his mom in on the lie?
He probably did, but you know
Sierra
what?
said, dog, that.
But they was black, right? So I don't know what kind of mamas they got. Some mamas will hold the lie down for you, but my mama, she gonna be like, I'm about to tell that girl the truth. She need to know.
No, he's just an awful liar.
He is.
He lying about things that you eventually she's gonna
Somebody
find out.
gonna find out.
Sir, you lied about your age. If you never come clean, she's gonna wonder why you're 30 with like extreme like old features. Eventually she's gonna find out. You lied about having children. Eventually they're gonna want to talk to you. Unless they're estranged.
Yeah.
Right? At some point, they're gonna be like, I'm his daughter.
Kids gonna come knocking on the door.
You know what I'm saying?
AARP letters gonna start coming in the mail. Like
You got to fill out insurance papers. Like,
see, that's what I'm like. Y'all didn't do none of that.
no, this is bad dating. This is like pre-relationship. This is literally the poster boy, the poster child for why you need to take dating seriously. Y'all just in here feeling things and doing stuff, and he's like, "Well, let's get married." You don't know him.
I had your social security number in a note in my phone before we ever got married.
It's cap.
It's not.
It's cap.
It is.
Where'd you get it from?
You gave it to me.
Huh?
You did.
Why?
It was for something. We were doing something. I think it was when we got ready to open
You
the
did a
bank
background
account.
check?
No. Why
Oh.
did I do a background check?
Why you say that? You said like, I had
But
a
I'm
social
saying,
security
like,
number.
I'm saying that I was really trying to get information, like, and we know each other. So for somebody that I don't know, like, I'm asking all the questions.
Yeah, that part. I just got really worried right there. I'm like, what you mean on my social
I had
security
your
number?
mama for
She
birthday. I knew your
crazy.
daddy birthday. Like,
Okay.
I'm asking all the questions. Leave no stone unturned.
Wait. Renisha says, Brandy, you have a point because people cheat and decide to stay. That part.
They do, and we talked about that. we talked about on the episode, like whether or not, you know, we would leave after that. Yeah. And, you know, to each its own. I really believe that when we came into this relationship, I was like, ain't no way. If you cheat on me, I'm done. And that's what my head still say. But like I said on the episode, my heart is indifferent to it. I don't know. I don't ever want to experience it and find out.
We ain't got to worry about no how. We'll never get to that point. Chrissy says, is it different for men and women? I can't speak for all men, because I'm pretty sure if there was a man who has been through something traumatic, trust issue wise, I'm pretty sure that'll manifest in his ability to just trust what you say. But I do think most men come into relationships with guards down. I think
really
not I mean, I'm talking about just. I think I don't want to sound like a gender traitor, but I do think that most women come to relationship with more to fear than men do.
More to fear.
Yes, I think in relationships men can be a little bit more
dogs.
Harsh. I think
hurtful.
I think women are more
deceitful. Sorry.
See, you gonna make me flip flop. I'm trying to be honest, but
I'm just playing.
But yeah, I think women, for a couple of reasons, you know what I mean? Like just history wise, context wise, I think women go into relationships where they do stuff a little bit more than men do. So I'd be hard pressed. I'd be weird if I was kicking it with the homies and one of my boys told me like, yeah, man, I checked her ID to see if her address really was an address. I'd be like, man, you did what?
You're crazy.
If he was like, man, bro, she told me she was 25, so I had to check her ID to see if she really was 25. Bro, you weird, bro. Like, you doing a lot.
It do seem a little stalker.
Now, if a girl did it, I'd be like, okay, I get that. Men are crazy.
Protect yourself, sis.
Protect yourself.
So Jay says, B, I was about to say the same thing. I don't need my mama coming to anybody as a woman. Paula would definitely come to somebody as a woman.
She don't play about me. She definitely gonna tell me about you.
She would definitely be like,
you can't confide in her.
She said, what? You know she lying. She was not over here.
Russ, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know where that girl was at, but that's something you need to deal with at home. Go and talk to your wife.
You better go talk to her. Sierra says, below key, I feel like that wasn't his first rodeo. We need a headshot of this clown. Where the yellow tape at? That's one thing she didn't do. She didn't like post their wedding photo.
She had a real respect for him.
Yeah, she was just hurt and she was lashing out, but she wasn't trying to like put him on blast. And I wish she would protect somebody else. At least put his age out there and the fact that he got an ex-wife and kids.
Hold on. This ain't for them. Sherelle said, I always look at my boyfriend's driver's license now. I had an ex lie about his last name once, and that was the last time. Can you give us more context? Why did he lie? Was it a weird sounding last name? Was it embarrassing? Did he have plans to change it? Why he lied about his last name? Did he have charges? He's trying to hide you.
I didn't tell the backstory, but same, sis. Not just last name, but age too. Same.
He was your boyfriend, or you was just getting to know him?
I was talking to him.
Dang, I know him. I ain't gonna say nothing.
You always be trying to get me to like name names.
No,
and
not on
to stuff.
Not on here.
I don't know.
Is he from here?
Yes.
Oh, we finna talk, and we finna Google search him to see what he hiding.
Yeah, and it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. But I think that he didn't tell me. It's weird because he said he didn't tell me his last name because of the things people say about him in the streets, right? So I'm like, so either you don't want me to know the truth about you, or it's people just lying on you for no reason. I'm too inquisitive for that. So I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So then when I started asking the name, I was like, sir, I'm so good on you.
Like, that's crazy.
Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't pop up. We're good.
I ain't no cats moving like that.
Even if it's not true, the caliber of things that people are saying about this man, I'm good.
I don't even want to be associated with
good.
That's wild. That's crazy. Jay says, Rush, you got your fingerprints in a wallet, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. Sierra says, yeah, Brandy, I'm with that energy. Jay says, men tend to trust women until she gives him a reason not to. Absolutely. I got some couple people tapping in. What's up, Jill Maples? How you doing? Welcome to the show. Christina Thompson.
You can't see, but Alan Anderson is also on YouTube.
Yeah, what's going on? Christina Thomas says, I do background checks now.
You almost have to. It's not funny.
What has the world come to?
You almost have to now.
I hate it. Like, I get it. I get it, but it's sad, though.
Some secret. You could be dating Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, you don't even know. People just look regular on the outside.
I get it.
And are just whole serial killers.
I get it, but it's sad that you got to start dating somebody and worry if they're Jeffrey Dahmer. It's sad. It's sad. But I get it, though.
Be safe.
Be safe out here.
Out here in these streets.
Better sad than sorry.
So Sherelle says he said it was a joke when he lied and then said he forgot to tell me he was joking. I hope you left him alone after that. Sierra says I had someone do that to me as well.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Sherelle says makes absolutely no sense. Alan said to lie about your name and your age your age or name is wild.
That's wild. It's wild. I can't wrap my mind around it. Jay says, so is that considered catfishing?
It's just considered lying. Like if I meet you face to face, I think the definition of like catfishing is like you're one person behind the screen and then in person you're somebody else. Yeah. That's just a lie.
Yeah, both-faced lie.
You're just a liar. You're a liar.
Chrissy says, as far as the lady this happened to, I wonder if she had hints and didn't notice them. Like, how many years was he lying about his age? Like, how many years off?
I wish we had that information.
Yeah, we really. This is why we got to get her on the show, because we need more context. There's layers to the story. We need to really be like, so, sis, take us back to the beginning. How'd you meet him?
Yeah.
How did you not see this? We got to get on it.
Us ladies, I hate to pick on us for a second, but we be ignoring some red flags. When the other side is really good, we can ignore a red flag. We will sweep that mug under the rug, roll the rug up, and put the rug in the garage and pretend like we ain't see none of that. So she might have saw it all, but was like, nah, he's nice and he treats me good. He wouldn't lie like that. This has to be wrong.
Who knows?
I done made some excuses for some Negroes. I could tell you.
Who knows? We definitely got to get her on. I'm gonna make it happen. Sherelle says,
"Don't skip over Christy's."
Christy trying to antagonize me, and I don't like it. She gonna say, "Russ, think about Lily dating," and with this emoji, like, you're wrong. And why would I think about that? I'm not gonna think about that. I'm actually gonna ignore it. I did have a quick side conversation. I had a conversation with a guy. His daughter's 17. Mm-hmm. She's about to go to college. He says he doesn't allow her to date at all. It's like, you don't even think about that? Like, just have fun with your friends. Like, we don't do boyfriends.
Like when she's in college?
No. Yeah, like when you go to college, do your own thing. Right now, don't worry about boys. Just go to school.
She about to bust down Tatiana.
See, and look, but then it got me thinking, like, yo. So he's like, man, she's a good kid. She does this, whoop. So I'm like, man, maybe I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
As soon as she get a little lick of freedom.
But if it's not in front of me, she in college, then free away.
No, let her get some experience under her belt. Some little boy gonna make her booty get wet and she gonna fall in love and he gonna dog her out because she ain't had no experience.
Don't talk about my daughter booty being wet because I'll cut all this.
Lily.
Hey,
I'm not talking about Lily.
I'll cut all this off.
But it's gonna happen one day.
Brenda,
I ain't talking about Lily.
Brenda, I'll cut all this off right now.
I ain't talking about Lily. I'm just talking about the girl that your friend was talking about. Like,
Lord. Yo,
trust me, especially if she from somewhere like Jackson and she goes to college in a bigger city. I came back with a whole baby. I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I was supposed to be going to school, got a little piece, and was like,
Lily's
hey.
an angel. But Lily's an angel though.
I don't gotta go to class today. You gonna come pick me up?
I don't like it.
It's all bad. It's all bad.
So there was like a little bit of a double standard with me and my sister. Like, I think Lauren really got free senior year, but even then, like, she had to be at home by like 11 p.m. That was her curfew. And then she was getting mad because when I got to be a senior, like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on when you want. Be safe.
Yeah. She's like, what's up with this? Why is 12:30? He ain't home yet? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little bit of a double standard. Do you think, maybe we need to do an episode about this. Do you think the double standard has some validity to it?
No.
But
I'm a girl, so
can I explain a little bit?
Let's just have the conversation on the podcast because I think that would be a good.
Okay.
So
All right.
skip.
Anyway.
So Sherelle says he is my ex for so many more reasons, but yes, y'all, he's in my past.
Yo, clap it up for that. And air horns.
Jay says, I mean, I guess it all depends on where you meet the person because you don't know if you have something serious going on the same way girls and give somebody a false name in the club. Okay, yes, that's true.
But that'd be for safety reasons.
Diamonds in my life.
That'd be for safety reasons.
I definitely was Mercedes in all the clubs in Atlanta. What's your name?
Mercedes?
Yes.
You don't look like no Mercedes.
I know. I don't look like Brandy either, though. You only think that because that's my name.
They call me Sadie's. Lisa Kara's in the building. What's up, Miss Carol?
Adrian says, yes, don't have some good eggplant. Okay. They're trying to tell you. James says, when the other side is real good.
Oh, wait, did you read Adrian's first comment?
No, where is it?
So she was responding to this one. As far as the lady this happened
I can't
to,
see responses.
I wonder if she had hints. And she said, Christy, or ignored them, considering he was, quote unquote, the best she ever had. Yes, don't have some good eggplant. Christy's got to say, yes, with an exclamation mark.
And then James, or Junior, as we affectionately call him, says, when the other side is real good, question mark, LOL.
What up, James? What's going on, family?
Sherelle says, when I see a red flag, all of a sudden I'm colorblind. God is working on me.
Listen,
I ain't even gonna go there.
Now, here's the thing, though.
I ain't gonna go there.
And we definitely need to have this is another conversation we need to have, because you can't always trust your eyes in a relationship, right? Because we see through what we've been through.
Yes, that's
true. You know what I mean? So if I'm not completely healed, and sometimes we think we're all the way healed, we say, I'm good, I'm unaffected. Mm-hmm. You start a relationship and you see things, and your feelings could be real, right? Like, I really feel this way. But just because you feel that way doesn't mean it's based in fact. It's just based on feelings, right? So if I've been, for instance, my personal relationship, like I had issues with fear of neglect. Mm-hmm. I fear being neglected. So on a day when you're just chilling, minding your business, now I really feel like I'm being neglected. But the truth is, like, fam, like, you just got home 15 minutes ago. She's doing the dishes. Sit down, chill. So my vision is skewed. So it's easy for me if I come into a relationship and I see things that are near triggers that I've been through in the past.
Yeah.
I can't be like, yo, this is a red flag. She already see I've been through that before. That's an example. Don't get me wrong. If somebody's just lying to you, being disrespectful, blowing up, I'm not saying you can't trust all red flags. I'm saying when your red flag is connected to a trigger from a past relationship, you might need to do some unpacking, though.
I agree with
sometimes
that
it's not
to an extent, but I also believe that sometimes that experience gives you a hypersensitivity to be able to recognize the red flag, where otherwise if you hadn't had experience in the past, you'd be like, oh no, it's fine. But because that has happened in the past, you're like, nah, that don't make sense. Explain it a little bit more. Give me a little bit more detail, because I could tell you lying, because I've had this experience in the past. So yeah. I think it can go either way. Yeah.
But I don't think anybody should just at the first. It depends on what it is.
Yeah.
But I think most of the time when it's something that just makes you think and pause, like, I don't know about that. I don't know how I'm feeling that. Sometimes it serves us to have a conversation and kind of work through it a little bit if you feel like it's worth it. You know what I mean? That's me.
We got a bunch of laughs, and then Sierra says, I feel like that's a semi-level of catfish, because you have to intentionally lie about the lifestyle, meaning dating, trauma, parenting experiences. Like, how do you hide that you have grown kids, an ex-wife, like that never had happened? She might not have wanted to see him if he was above a certain age, and so forth. That's true. He was a liar. Like, we've established that Kenneth, that's the name I'm affectionatally giving him.
Was that his name?
I don't know. She never said his name, but
sound like some real Kenneth
sounds right. Kenneth or Jamal sounds good.
Jamal's good, bad rap. You got some comments. So some people were responding to the eggplant thing. She said, yes, I have some good eggplant. Sherelle said, girl, this is why I'm celibate now. Laugh out loud. And that's what James and Racy was laughing about.
Okay. That's what Jill Scott called digmatized. We get hypnotized by the peen, and we can't see nothing else. That's all that matters until it wear off.
Is that like the female version of being whipped?
Sure.
Okay. All right, I'm here for it. All right. Jay says, this is good. Aisha, if you sure aren't here, bring me some popcorn. Okay, I'm not doing it. Christy says, Lily can't date the devil, so you will check. Lord.
Hey, Shay. Welcome. She said, that's my ex's name. Which one, Kenneth or Jamal? See, I told you. I knew it.
Oh, Lord. It's some names.
I felt it in my spirit.
That's
some names. It's something in a name. For real.
Tia says, I'm for real. I for real did that before. Do what you have to. Ashley's on here. What up, Ash?
Kenneth. Okay, so that's his name. He earned it. It was Kenneth.
Lord. Oh, Lord. Dang.
All right, so let's advance the conversation a little bit because we also talked about prenups and how we felt about having what.
We talked about that?
We did. We talk about prenups.
Okay.
And we really got into the fact of like, if something happens to the person you're with and you brought children into the situation, do the children deserve to reap the benefits of your spouse's?
Give the full scenario.
So
because you were saying,
So I talked about a friend of mine who is she's very well in age. Let's say that. Her father and her mother had 3 children together. They got divorced. Dad was like multimillionaire, had his own construction company, and married a woman who did not work the entirety of their relationship. So they lived off of his money. He passes away. And because of chain of command, for lack of a better term, the wife now gets everything that the husband had owned. And now that the wife is now up in age, the discussion is happening about splitting the assets. And because she brought 3 children into the marriage, the assets have to be split among the 6 kids versus his 3 biological kids.
So the new wife's children are not biologically
his. No, she came in with children. He came in with children.
Okay.
But he came in with money and she came in with nothing.
But his biological children technically don't have any rights to the estate.
Correct.
Because all of it was legally left to the new wife.
To the wife, correct.
So now it's on the new wife to disperse the funds as she so pleases.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
And some stuff is like, cool, we get that. But there are other things that like were family tradition. So like they have this house on the lake. It was a family tradition for them to go to this lake house when he was married to her mother. Before this lady even came into the picture, Dad built this house. It's on a beautiful lake property worth millions of dollars right now. And the lady, or the wife, the new wife owns the house and doesn't let his kids come to the house. She has to be there when they come, unlock it, lock it up, all those things. And now that they're up in age and don't go as often, she wants to sell the house and let the kids split the proceeds.
So here's my thought. Number one, let me say this. I'm all for the prenup. God forbid something happens to you after we build our podcast wealth and we go out and do all these amazing things in the world. God forbid something happens to you and I'm a widowed man and somebody comes into my life, I'm getting a prenup. Off rip.
You should. She can't touch none of my stuff.
Off rip. And you better do the same.
Well, I'm gonna do it when on my deathbed. I'm gonna do that thing that Celie did to Mister. Okay. Everything you touch, go fail until you do right by me. If you marry another girl, everything you touch is gonna fail.
It's like
she can't have my money.
Junior made a statement. He said, "I'm not feeding into your foolishness. I'm not doing it. I'm gonna stay mature right now." Okay. So James says, does that mean that there's a lack of trust if you want to have a prenup? So here's my thought. When I get in my car, I don't assume that I'm going to get into a fatal accident, but I still put on my seatbelt.
Or you still have insurance.
Still got insurance. I trust my car, but I'm insured that in the likelihood of a car that even though I'm getting in it, so that means I trust the faculties of the car, but I know that cars are flawed devices. They all at some point break down. I know humans are flawed. And as much as I trust this one, because we wouldn't be coming to the altar if I didn't trust you, I still know that behind the nastiness of humanity, there's some dark things there. And I don't know what you might do. I know right now I think you're going to be an amazing person, but I don't know who you're going to be 15 years from now. You could be a whole nother individual. And I might not like the way you treat me 15 years. You might be cheating on me left and right. I'm not finna stay for that. And when you go, you're not taking none of my money with you.
Or the fact that like I go and now you left to manage everything. You get you a new boo and she just get to reap my benefits.
Like, what we doing?
I don't like that.
What we doing?
I don't like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Prenup me, please.
That part.
If something happened to you when we're wealthy, I don't even know if I would want to get remarried just for the fact that I wouldn't, I'd be comparing everybody to you. But like I would have a prenup for sure. If I knew what I knew now, we would have had a prenup. And I don't even got nothing. But look, if I make something on my own and something happen, you can't have it. If she bakes blow up, I don't want to split it.
But I'd be a fair prenup. I put a nice fair prenup together.
What's fair? Who get to determine what's fair? Me.
It's my money?
I get to determine what's fair.
If it's my money, but I'm going to be fair. I would say something like, in the event you cheat on me, you get nothing. If I cheat on you, I give you half. Here you go. I give you a third.
Nice little 40%.
My bad. Okay? Yeah, that's my fault. Here. Go on your way. Live well. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, prenups have like certain stipulations too. That like if y'all make it past a certain amount of years, then the prenup is null and void.
Nah, not mine. Nah, not mine. Nah. You think just because you started being whacked to me after 20 years?
Look, I just gotta make it 8 years. Hang on, sis.
8 years, I'm gonna be good. Keep my phone number because in 8 years I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna call you. My husband, I just gotta get through with him for these next 8 years. We good though. I'm good on that. All right, we got a bunch of comments.
All right, go ahead.
Candy Clark Dupree, what's going on?
Welcome.
Good to have you here. Jay says, in the words of Ye, if you ain't no punk, holla, we want prenup. We want prenup. Shay says, I believe that if you need a prenup, trust is an issue, period. Yeah, I don't trust humans, y'all. Maybe I need to work on that.
Jay, you better stop hollering prenup for she asked you for a post-nut. Them is things too. Thing. Yes, they are.
Post-nut?
Yes, you can get something put in place after you get married.
I'm not with that. I'm not with that. Don't let us get money and you're going to be like, hey.
You remember that conversation we had about the prenup? I was thinking.
She Bakes done blew up. We done franchised all over the place. Gonna need you to sign a prenup, player. You can't have none of my money.
I was thinking she on her way. You better watch out.
I don't need it. Chrissy says perfect example of why people need a trust. That part, 100%. Yes. They just split up somebody's stuff. I just read an article about
Michael Jackson.
Wasn't
it Michael Jackson?
No, it wasn't Michael Jackson. Somebody passed away. It was Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah. The government got more money than the family.
Yeah, so they split up the money evenly between his wife and his family, and the government took a big chunk of it because there was no will and trust in place. So what they never told us, black people, is that you need a will and a trust and life insurance.
First of all, you need life insurance. You need a living will so that if anything happens to you, power of attorney, so somebody is delegated to make medical decisions, like whether you're going to be taking off life support, all of that. Then you need a will, and if you got a little bit of coins, get you a trust.
That part, I'm with it. Let's get through some of these comments.
Go ahead.
James says, now that's wrong. Ranisha Bailey says, I'm fine with a prenup, just with stipulations. Candy Clark Dupree says, yes, none of my stuff.
None of it.
Chrissy says, this is hard. True. I think it's not easy. Sierra, give that house to the biological children if you want no parts. That's a sentimental home that they had nothing to do with. Christy Scott, Brandy, you are my person, quoting Color Purple. Yo, Christy can do the entire movie from top to bottom flawlessly. You want to get these next ones? Or you want me to keep going?
Ashley says it depends on the quality of the children. Wait a minute. What kind of kids is
you
that?
was never no good. You don't get a dime.
But hey, it all belongs to the wife, and she can do what she will. And that's the thing. So in this particular scenario, some of the children do not get along. Some of the children didn't prefer that the mom was even married to the dad. So it get real complicated. Jay says, and in situations, it sounds like he needed to have a living will instead of a prenup. You got to look out for your own seeds while you're still alive. I preach this from personal experience. Sherelle says, I'd be real upset if I ended up paying spousal support if I ended up divorcing.
That part. And I had a homie that had to do that. Pause 1 second because Sherelle just sent 530 stars. Thank you, Queen. Appreciate you.
What we said last time, our episode was sponsored by Kenny Cakes. This time, the episode is sponsored by Sherelle. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the love and support. Shay says they better come with their own money, therefore it wouldn't be an issue. That part. But it depends on how much money you got.
I was about to say, because somebody always got to have more money than the other person.
You open up 3 therapy practices, he might not come with that type of bag. Now, he can leave with what he came with, but his life's not going to look a lot different from you than yours.
Like, hold on, I was living in a whole mansion, driving 3 cars. I had an allowance. Like, I got to spend how I want to. If she going to leave me, she need to keep me in the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to.
I'm not with that. Go back to the lifestyle from whence he came. That lifestyle was a perk of me. You ain't with me, you don't get the perk.
They say in the Bible, he went back to his father's house. You got to go back to your father's house.
Go back from whence he came. Jay says, Russ, that sounds like my kind of prenup. That part. Jay says, yo, chill. I'm logging off right now.
Yeah, that's when I was talking about the post-nut. I ain't trying to give her no ideas, but I'm saying. Christy says, you can get a trust. Get a trust. Get a trust now, even if you don't have money.
That part.
It's very true.
Got some new watchers. What's going on? Colleen Truman, how you doing?
Hey, Colleen.
Yvette Williams-Powell, what's going on? Jay says, if that happens, I'm donating everything to y'all and feeding Nick Cannon children. Okay, sir. I really have this idea that you just sit back and think of the wildest stuff that you could possibly say in this chat.
And he owns some painkillers right now, so it's really going up. Ashley says, yeah, not everyone births or raised great, well-rounded members of society. Some folks' kids are human trash.
This is legitimate.
True.
This is legitimate. This prenup was kind of on the heels of a conversation we were having off of another post where we were kind of talking about this idea of what should be the divide of caretaking between men and women in a relationship, right? So there were a couple people, I don't know what I'm about to call them, public figures. I don't know who these people were. Kayla B. They were all women. Oddly enough, it was Kayla B, Glorilla, who's a rapper, and
Tommy from Love and Hip Hop.
And I don't know what she does. But she... Tommy was saying and Kayla B were saying that there is no 50-50. Like, if you're not ready to provide and take care of me, then don't step to me. Like, you should know when you come to a woman of my caliber that this is just the expectation. Glorilla was saying the opposite, that you shouldn't want to depend solely on a man, that you should always be in a position as a woman to have your own. So if he decided to leave you, or if he decided to stay with you, you're good and you can stand on your own 2 feet. So that's what Glorilla was saying. More of this tension that I keep seeing, and it's kind of exhausting. But there's like tension between specifically black men and black women about what's the role of a woman and what's the role of a man. I want to know from everybody on the chat, do you think relationships should be 50-50? And when we say 50-50, we don't mean splitting everything down the line. I don't mean that every time the bill comes to the table, you split it or you split rent. We're just talking about effort. Like, sometimes he gives and sometimes you're in a position where you want to treat him or stuff like that. What do you guys think?
I just feel like the women who come into a situation and say, a man should take care of me. He should be willing and ready to pay my bills, get my hair done, get my nails done, all of these things. Like, then I question, and I haven't heard from the other side, like, what do you do? what is your contribution to the relationship that allows this level of take care of me before this man even marries you? And most of the time when they do talk about it, it's just related to the sexual favors that they can do for him. And like, you can get that from anybody. So I'm trying to figure out, like, do you feel like a man is just obligated? If so, date your daddy, because ain't nobody else responsible for taking care of you.
So what if there was a woman who was completely committed to step back into like the old school role of man and woman? Like, I'm gonna stay home, I'm gonna raise the kids, That's not the women we talking about that be saying that though. That's what they say they do. They say they gonna stay on, hold it down. They gonna keep the house clean. I ain't trying to tell Tommy business,
but she been on Love and Hip Hop, so it was all out there. She got a bunch of kids and don't none of them live with her. She not doing that.
I wish I had a. I wish I had a button like that. Okay, I mean, that's valid. That's valid. But what if there was a woman who? Now, what if there was a woman who said, "This is my family of origin. This is how I saw my grandma do it. This is how my mom do it. This is how I want it. This is the type of man I want. I'm going to hold my house down. I'm going to cultivate a household."
Well, listen, taking care of a household and raising children is a full-time job. The fact that some women decide to go outside of the house and also work while doing that is just extra.
I got a homie.
Let's be clear.
I got a homie who works a good job. He works his butt off. His wife has her own business. She does hair. She does stuff. And he pays everything. They have separate accounts. He pays every single bill in the household. Her money is hers to do with what they please. So when they go on vacations, that comes through her account. If they, go out to eat,
why you don't hang with him more often?
Huh?
Why you don't hang with him more often?
If I worked with him more often, if we had the same job, then maybe we'd be.
You need to hook you up. You need to call in a friend of the family discount or something.
But I was using that to say, like, you were saying, like, what do you do with your money? She just does what she please, like, which is a wild concept.
Again, if that's how it's set up, then cool. Yeah. I mean, that's what y'all agree to. But to me, it's these women who are coming into it with that expectation. It's not a conversation that I done had with my man and this is what we agreed on. It's like, I'm single and I'm not dating nobody who don't meet this criteria. I don't think that that's fair. Like, you are a grown person. You should be able to take care of yourself without a man or a woman's help. When they come in, the only thing that your partner is responsible to do is elevate your life, take you to the next level. But that basic human needs level, you need to be supplying that on your own. If you want a Birkin bag, work for it. Don't for it.
That part. And the scenario I was talking about, like, that was a husband and wife. It's crazy to me that you think that just because we like each other, we started talking and then we decided we're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend, that now I got to take care of my children and you because we sleep together. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, no, like, it's different levels. Like, when we talk about your wife, the person that's your spouse, okay, that's a different level of provision that you give for that woman. But when it's a girlfriend, like, get to know what her favorite color is.
Go to work.
And go to work. Like, well, hey, what do you like? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Like, and go on your business. Like, you should not be trying to provide for this woman like your wife. And that's why there's so many, like, begrudged men now who try to meet this standard that doesn't exist. I was just on live with a dude.
We had a bunch of comments. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just on live with a dude who was so angry. He tapped me in on the live and we had a back and forth. I think I might post the clip up because I was definitely screen recording. But this dude had tattoos all over his face, all over his body. He was just like, men, good men. And I can tell you, bro, you a good dude. But a woman, she'll chew you up and spit you out. You a good dude, but look at me. Look at my body. You see how many followers I got? You know how many people on this live? You think they be on this live? I didn't look like this. It was like, but a girl, she'll do you both because these women out here dirty. And I'm like, yo, who hurt you? Like, with this tension between
his mama.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
His mama. This mama issues.
I know we got lots of comments.
Yes. Yep. So Chrissy says, maybe did I read this already? Hold on. You can say the wife is the reason he did well for so long. So she can be entitled to that money. And how was his relationship with his kids and her kids? So in that situation in particular, his money was established before he ever got married. Now, was she the reason that he was able to maintain it? Maybe. And he treated her kids no different than he treated his own. Shayla says, I definitely agree with Glorilla. Jalen says, Life Jennings Tommy or House Arrest Tommy. I don't know. Tommy from Love and Hip Hop, the girl.
Don't tell me Life Jennings was with Tommy from Love and Hip Hop.
I don't know. He was with Carly Red. I don't know if he was with Tommy. Sherelle says it's a partnership. 50-50 is definitely ideal. Both people need to be putting forth the same amount of effort, period. Take your man on a date, cook your lady a meal, equal effort. Shayla says, I feel like if you cannot do that for yourself, you can't expect to get that from a man. Period, sis. Jay says, I think you just go as the spirit moves you. Sometimes you got it and sometimes you don't. But we have to watch what we do in the dating phase because we can get them so accustomed to a specific lifestyle that we can't keep up with them when we get them. Yeah, that's kind of what you did, Ross.
That part. What? I wasn't even listening.
You wine and dine me in the dating phase, got me accustomed to a lifestyle.
Oh, yeah, because Cheesecake Factory is such
it
a
was
wine.
a joke. But because you weren't paying attention, it totally lost its effect.
Yvette Williams Potts says that part. Christy Scott said, forget 50-50. It's 100. That
part. Nurse Margie also said that on YouTube. You can't see that, but she says, I feel like it should be 100. When I have a man, I spoil him. He's my king, and I expect the same.
I like how you're talking, Queen. I want to say I'm here for it. Candy says, I am with that 50-50. I got married later in life and have been taking care of myself for a long time. I wouldn't want to sit back and not take care of home. My husband is my helpmate, not my savior. That part.
Period, Pooh.
Chrissy Scott said, it's not fair, Brandy. Ashley Wade says, take care of me and I'll keep and earn my own money. I'm not prepared to offer anything at this point. Wait, I lost my part.
Yeah,
just take a point. I'm not prepared to offer anything at this point in time. And that's why I'm single and will be for a while. It's the awareness for me. That's what's really dope. Like,
he always says that about you.
I always say that, like, whenever she gives comments, it's from a very like centered place, a very well-rounded understanding of where I'm at right now and what am I willing to give and what am I not willing to give. And if I ain't willing to give, it's like, I'm good. I really appreciate that.
You miss Sierra. Sierra says, I agree with the comment you had made, Russ. The man needs to be able to provide, but that's not always just financial needs. Speaking from experience where I wasn't physically able to work, I needed security emotionally, mentally before money is involved. But don't get it twisted. We all getting these checks. The partner is a mere and add on.
That part. Adrian Kiyoshi, responded to the forget 50-50 is 100 and said, yes, both parties need to give 100%.
Shanika says, go to work. Hey, y'all. Hey, Shanika. Jane says, yeah, Christy, if we're talking about effort, I'm giving 100. And Jay says, exactly, because whomever been taking care of you before you came to me with all that energy can do it for all of us. Then if you can pull it like that, heck, I want to be kept too. We all want to be kept.
Man, I wish that was the rest. I want to be a kept man. Ray Live. What up, homie? Good to see you here. Sia says, I'd rather that man that was on the subway with the hot and ready and flowers before the clown she's referring to.
Absolutely.
That part. I forgot about that dude. He was a legend.
What dude?
You didn't see that part? There was a dude who was on the subway. I think everybody assumed he was in New York, but he had a hot and ready and a dozen roses. And I think he had like a red box DVD, and people was on there clowning him like, imagine the dude you going on a date with. And there's a lot of girls on there like, it's giving effort for me.
And he know what I like. I'm simple.
Come on there, I'm gonna feed you, I'm gonna entertain you, and I'm gonna show you I appreciate you. Boom, give you some flowers.
Take me to Cheesecake Factory. Let me watch Judge Judy every afternoon. Like, you're good. You got a happy wife.
That part. I don't know. I know there's some people who would disagree, and I know not everybody is on that same page, but I really think for the people that are genuine and grounded in reality, effort just means everything. And effort looks different depending on what level you on, right? So if money's no object to me, my effort's gonna look different than the person who's working a regular 9 to 5. Now, that doesn't make it bad, but that can't be the standard because not everybody. Like Drake, I saw him rent out an entire baseball stadium for a dinner. He had a dinner set up in a stadium for one woman.
Work within your budget, baby. You rented out a whole movie theater for me. It was lit.
Oh, I forgot about that. What happened to me, yo? Definitely rented out theater. That broke me. You ain't know I was struggling after that. Lord, what was I thinking? I was trying so hard.
It works.
It did. Yes, it did. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Did we ever tell that story?
No, that's another one for story time then.
Okay,
There
I'm
we
here
go.
for it.
Bam.
Yeah, but it's about the effort on what level you on. So for you, if you don't got a car, it's taking a train. If you can't afford steak, it's buying the hot and ready. If you can't afford 2 dozen roses, it's 1 single rose. But it's just showing you that I'm locked in, and I'm showing you I care for you in whatever ways I can at this stage of my life.
And maybe she don't even like roses. Like, know your woman, because they was clowning him, but not every woman even needs that level. Like, what if she just likes sour Mike and Ike's, and you bought her some of them? Like, does that mean you're not a good dude? Nah, that means you pay attention and you know what she like, and you know what make her happy. So, bam. It's been over an hour, and we cannot leave this live without talking about the last part of our conversation.
We got comments.
Don't try to avoid it.
I'm not. Let's just knock out these comments and then we'll go
ahead.
to
My
give me a
back
chance
is
to give me the
itching.
support. Brittany says your effort should match your means. Don't trick me. That part, I'm here for it. Sherelle says, note to self, if he don't rent out a movie theater, he ain't him. Ha ha. James said, effort, Russ, let's go. Rainisha, I think effort can also depend on someone's love language. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's very insightful. Sierra, go ahead, Russ. You better give your own self them horns. Okay, give it to me. She said, yes, bro. Jay said, see them efforts. I'm still paying off them credit cards, bro. Look, men, we got to stop going broke.
Trying to impress, because it didn't even take all that. I was really, it was amazing, but he ain't have to do that.
She told me she never really celebrated a birthday like that. I'm like, what you mean? Like, you don't do nothing birthday? She's like, nah, we don't really do nothing. I'm like, oh, I'm finna show you I'm different.
And you did.
I'm finna show you. We finna celebrate. Yeah. All right. So toot that horn. Don't tell me to toot nothing. Toot that horn, Russ. I see you. That's what's up. So last
But
subject.
definitely
I'm sweating.
not
Why is it? I'm
least-
so uncomfortable.
I'm not gonna go straight into the yeast infection because I feel like that's the crux of the conversation. We got stuck on some specific
Don't
things.
say crux to me.
The crux of the conversation was when you're in a relationship with somebody, especially long term, there are certain things that you have to become accustomed to, certain bodily functions, certain just natural human things that come up. You've asked this question several times on the podcast about when do you get comfortable enough to fart? When do you poop in it around your partner and all that stuff? But nobody ever talks about periods, yeast infections, queefs. We covered all of that in the last segment of the podcast. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm listening, and I'm wondering, like, men, we don't have as many bodily functions.
You guys
as y'all.
don't.
Y'all
You
got a lot
don't.
more functions than us.
Yes, it be functioning. When we have babies, there's a lot of things about our bodies that change that you have to get used to, you have to experience. But y'all have like boils and back zits and
I don't got none of that.
yet.
But I will say this, like, I grew up with. Okay, we had a
Hold
baby
on,
fall
y'all.
make
Hold
a
on.
boo boo.
Go ahead.
All right, you gonna leave me on the yeast infection conversation? The baby upstairs crying. So I will say this though. I'm sorry, I'm sitting here trying to listen. What happened? Oh Lord. Anyway, I'm sorry. Look, this is what happens when you. This is why. Hey, look, this is why y'all got to keep sending us stars and hitting our catch up so we can get a studio and we can broadcast outside the home with all these distractions. I will say this though, when you're in a relationship, intimacy cannot just be regulated to sex. And I think a lot of times when we talk about being intimate, that's all we talk about is sex. But you got to get close with people because you're going to have to deal with real life stuff when they're sick. And a lot of men don't know this until you get in that labor room, when that baby coming and you see the body function where you've never seen the function. Oh, listen to me. And I'm not good with bodily functions. I'm not good with it. Like, I'm squeamish with stuff, so I'm not good at it. So I'm gonna read some of these comments. Russ, you always get uncomfortable when the attention is on you. It's not even on me. That I don't have none of these things. I'm just not good with this stuff. I don't want to pop pimples. I don't want to do none of that. Is the baby okay? No one died? Hurt your knee.
Trying to run up the stairs.
Oh, Lord.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
CS says, nah, bro, was dead wrong. I feel like that's a maturity issue. I just can't laugh out loud. Yeah, I can't. Why does this feel like the beginning of a sex ed class? She says, Jay, nah, for real. Brittany, laugh emojis. I'm hollering. Hush, we trying to listen to. You have to be comfortable with your partner. I for sure was trying to listen. CS says, for real, bro. Things change when it happens, bro. You don't want to pop pimples? No, I can't watch Dr. Pimple Popper. I can't, like the clips on Facebook where they showing like somebody pop it. I can't do body stuff. It's weird to me.
So I don't know if it's hormone changes or like the deodorant I use. I don't know what it is, but I get sometimes like these big ingrown hair type pimple boil things under my armpits, right? And they're super painful. And I'm like trying to explain to him that like sometimes I can't squeeze it myself because it hurts so bad that I need somebody to like get in there and squeeze it for me.
She got to go to doctor.
Stop talking about it. What do you mean stuff comes out? But like, as my husband, I think that
that's nowhere near the vows I made.
No, it's part of the requirements.
I didn't say that.
I don't care what you said specifically. You also didn't say a lot of other stuff that you do to me. But
is to go to a dermatologist, Dr. Pimple Popper. There's people who like doing that.
And I'm not gonna pay somebody to do something that you can do. Like I get
can't
them all the
though.
time.
That's what you're not grasping.
Squeeze it, let the stuff drain out of it, and we're he's just immature.
This is what you're not grasping. I can't.
So then he says that he has no idea what a yeast infection is.
I've heard of it. I know what it is. I just when they were talking about
he called it a mozzarella stick. And I said,
not me,
not him.
Give context.
Okay, so Super Scent, if anybody knows who that is, said that she had a yeast infection. She confided in her fiance about it, and he started calling her mozzarella stick.
It's so childish.
When we were having the conversation, I was like, why would he call her like mozzarella stick? It's more like cottage cheese. And he's like, wait a minute. I have no idea what a yeast infection is. And then on the podcast, when I'm trying to educate him, he's like, well, don't say that because I ain't never gave you one of them. And I'm like, this shows that this is something that people need to talk about because you don't necessarily give someone a yeast infection. It's not like an STD.
Why do we have to talk?
Because.
And we keep ending the show on this weird conversation. Go ahead.
It's the truth. Like, obviously, like people need to know about that. And let's just say I happen to get a yeast infection. Mm-hmm. We're being intimate and you notice it. Like it would be weird for you. You're going to be asking questions that's going to embarrass me in the moment. You're just going to let it pass? Yeah. Like if you just see, it's really vulgar. But
don't say it then.
No, I'm not going to say it.
If I see it, you just finna get real descriptive.
You see cottage cheese on your eggplant. Like you're just going to.
You're disgusting.
You're just going to walk past. You're just going to be like, oh, well. Like I need help understanding that. No, you should say, "Hey, babe.
Hey, babe. I noticed."
Yes. Help me keep my body healthy. Yes.
You didn't know it already?
I don't know. Like maybe it's at the beginning. I don't know. It's just your body too. You got to help maintain it. You got to understand what goes on with it.
I just feel like it's something we deal with. I don't know if is it really important that men are like super educated on this stuff?
Yes.
Like. I feel like it's important that men know the basics
what
of
are the basics?
Menstruation. Like I feel like periods, they're gonna happen every month, most of the time. If your girl comes on hers regularly, every month you're gonna have to deal with that. If she says, "Hey babe, I need some feminine products," you should know what she likes. You should know if she's pads, thins, if she needs the super joints, does she in the tampons, right? Like
so
you gotta know these things. Okay, I'm with that. Boom. If she's during that time, she's a little bit more moody, more hormonal, you're more understanding because you know what it is. Okay?
But if I have a yeast infection, you got to go to the store and give me some Monistat.
But see, that doesn't even require no education. I got to know what it is and it comes from bacteria. I don't need to know that.
Do you know if I want some cream? Do I want the suppository? Do I want the...
Just tell me. Just tell me. Hey, when you go to the store, you ain't got to tell me why. You ain't got to tell me why. Just like, hey, babe,
you go to the store. Stuff I don't know what it's for. I don't care. Like,
no, as soon as I see, oh, okay, all right. They ain't got that stuff for you. There you go. Do your thing. Have at it. Yeah, do your thing, babe. Love you.
Ignorant.
I just feel like, Can I be honest with you? Can I tell you where it started at me?
Yes.
Started with me. This is where it started. So I was in a relationship, and the person I was in a relationship with was like, "Hey, babe, I need you to come here." And I said, "What's going on?" She said, "I need you to come look at something. I can't see." And I said, "What you mean can't see?" She was like, "It's gonna be weird, and I'm really embarrassed, but I need you to look in my butt." And I said, "Huh? What did you say?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm worried. Like I feel something, but I'm scared." So look, I'm Mr. Like, I got you. Like, who here? You know what I'm saying? Who? I go, and I said,
So stupid.
"It's something. Yeah, something. I see. It's something. I see it. Yeah, it's something. I don't know. It don't look regular." You know what I'm saying? But it was then, at that very moment, I knew that I'm not equipped for this. You know
What
what I'm saying?
was it?
Hemorrhoids.
Oh.
Hemorrhoids. I found out that it was hemorrhoids, right? Didn't know that. I never knew what that was to that day. Never knew until I synced it. I said, "Oh, that's what that is." But now it wasn't so much that. It was after that.
Yeah, put the witch hazel on it.
No, I didn't have to do nothing but look her in the eye and know that I have more idea of what that looks like than any person in the world. That is what it's hard to come from. Okay, like it's cool. It's cool.
Then there's no way that we would ever have another child. Could you?
No, I've been through there.
But no, your girl had a C-section.
Listen, here's the thing. With that, in the end of it, no, because when my son was born, we went through the whole labor process trying to push the baby out. It just couldn't happen, so we ended up having to do an emergency one. But that wasn't a plan. We went through and they don't tell you stuff. They don't tell you boo-boo lead the booty.
Yeah.
No one tells you that. Why don't they tell you that all these
Hot and fast too?
Yeah, look, they don't tell you, hey, when to be supportive. Tell her to be all this stuff that they don't go over. That's what you focused on. None of the stuff that they try to prepare me for in that room happened. Mm-hmm. All the stuff, Dawn dish soap, poop, just craziness happened in that room. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I've been through that. I can do that. I've been through that.
But you got a hemorrhoid?
Listen here. Look, the thing is, when you go through all that stuff, at the end of it, it's a baby. You forget about all that because in the middle of all that mess, a baby's there. The wonders of life. The hemorrhoid was just a hemorrhoid. And then every time I looked at her, I saw her butthole.
All right.
Okay.
Somebody said he not ready, and Kevin Hart, he needs some milk. And Kevin Hart, he not ready. So Ash, if I come to you, I don't know if Ash is still on here. If I come to you to get my hoo-ha wax and I got hemorrhoids and whatever, it's because Russell didn't help me out.
What am I supposed to do?
You gotta check. You gotta inspect. I would do that for you.
I wouldn't even ask. This is why men be dying like the way they do.
It really is.
Because they be like, "Yo, how long did this was going on?" I'm asking about 2 years ago. You ain't say nothing. Yeah. Hey, I figured it just go away.
Go away. Yeah, no.
Sir,
check me.
There's a mass growing out of your left side. What do you mean you thought it was gonna go away? Yeah,
Check me. I'll be like, babe, hey, look at this. You
see
this? I got this. Hey, babe.
I'm good with that. Yeah, not cool.
No, you're not good with that because you won't squeeze my thing.
If you need me, hey, babe, is there a bump on my arm? Yeah, I see it. It's there. Cool. I've helped you identify.
I know it's a bump there. It hurts.
Now you want me to
squeeze it?
Nah, because the first time some on me, I can't look you in the eye no more.
You can't build nothing. You're not gonna help me with my little pimples.
I do a lot of stuff right.
You're not gonna check my hemorrhoids.
Talk about what I do.
I'm trying to figure out.
I know you know
the stuff that really matters.
Hey, you know. Hey, you know what I do. Stop playing. I don't need to build nothing.
Take some of these comments for these people so we can go.
Lord, all right. I don't even know where we at.
I don't either.
It's good. Russ, get educated. Okay, let me see. All right, I'm weak. That's so gross. Mozzarella stick, but straight facts. You can pass it back and forth. Wait, hold on. Men can get yeast infections?
Yeah, help me out. It's not the same.
So
at least
don't
I don't
affect
think
us.
so. It just lives on your skin.
Oh, okay.
So if it lives on your skin, it's untreated. We have sex, bam. I get it. I go through the treatment, cure it.
Ain't
but
been a
you haven't
discharge
done
coming out, I think,
anything.
though, right?
I don't know. I ain't no boy. Maybe
let
I
me
need
get
to
back to this
educate myself the other way
Get back
because
to
I don't know.
Sierra Flint, if you, I feel like if that was a thing, I would have heard about it by now. Sierra Flint, if you can't take it, get out of the kitchen.
Come on.
I wish someone would try to clown me like that because I'm hella petty. I clown. It's a part of life. Maturity and communication is everything. Laugh out loud, laugh, but ask for clarity. Russ, get educated quickly. Help me, Kevin. Men need to know about it all. Yeast infection, BV, etc. Candy Clark says, go on and pick up that bale of cotton. What is that?
I think she's saying for treatment for something.
Okay. Jay says, it got to work both ways about us, too. Facts. Ray, Brandy, he not ready. He needs some.
No, he's definitely not ready.
Laugh emoji. Everybody laughing at me. Okay. All right. Story time with Russ.
Mine thing starts at Russ is struggling.
Finally, it's a man in the chat. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
This never happens.
First of all, you just going Junior, Courtney, Ray. You just go.
This never happens. This is the first I've had this many voices that represent the male
I thought
voice.
you were saying somebody new just came in. I was like, dang, that's
no,
rough.
Courtney. He on here.
So it's Junior.
I know, but I'm saying it's rare that we have this many men.
There's men in the chat.
Yep, and
yes.
Courtney says, Russ, I'm with you, bro. Thank you, fam. Just ease us into it.
You just needed a man that agreed with you. That's what it was.
Here's the someone just knows the perspective. Y'all live with this stuff, so to y'all is normal. Y'all got to baby step us into it. All of a sudden, we chilling every day. The next thing you know, it's like, hey, look into my butthole, or come pop this pimple, or not you. I'm just saying, or like, hey, look, okay, babe, can you look at this discharge? Tell me if it has like, y'all be too open.
Okay, no, that's too much.
I don't know how deep it goes. I'm just saying. There are little medical professionals for this. Like,
but I don't know if I need to go to the doctor. Like, we're doing the assessing phase. Like, do I need to go to the doctor?
So here's the thing.
Do you see this hemorrhoid in my butt?
That's my level. I'm an assessor. I'm a looker. Yeah, look like something. That's me. That's where I'm at. Now, when it comes to treatment, I'm not there. I'm not at the pop. I'm not at the, hey, can you rub cream on my, like, maybe then. Maybe. Okay, it depends. Just baby step me there. It's a process. Give me grace. Let me get there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of pressure.
It's so sad.
I'm sure I said in sickness and in health. Laugh out loud. You right.
You said it.
I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm in. I'm here.
I'm going to see the ones that I got. So if I skip some, y'all forgive me. But Candy Clark Dupree says, that's so gross. Mozzarella strict, but straight facts. You can pass it. Oh, sorry. My bad. Dang, I ain't know.
I'm just letting you know. I didn't yell at you now. Sierra replied to the sickness and health comment and said, sure, I think he's finally comprehending that, sis. We on a comment with Shayla where she says, girl, I remember when Mike made his entrance.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, hot poop. It just come. You don't have no control over it. When you push, you just pushing, right? And I had an epidural, so I ain't feel nothing. I was like,
Courtney said, nope, not expecting anything. Call the doctor. Thank you. It's whole medical professionals.
No. Yvette says, I had to insert a suppository for my husband's colonoscopy because he wouldn't do it himself. It was so uncontrollable, but I did it. Yeah, so like, what if I needed a suppository? What if I'm just constipated? I know how to get it done.
But those are like home install?
Home install? It's not an Xfinity. It's not an Xfinity receiver. Home install.
Those are like home installations.
I hate everything about it.
Those are like, I thought you.
Yes, a suppository. You can buy it at the store.
You can, but do you have to? Can I like go to my desk and say, this is something I need done?
That is a whole copay for no reason. No.
It's a good reason.
The glycerin suppositories are the easiest because it's just liquid. You just shoot it up in there and get out the way.
I'm a child. I realize that in this moment.
Listen, you know my poop schedule is irregular.
Yeah.
So there are some times that I do have to do that. Like
you do yourself?
Yes. Well, no. Well, my mom used to help me. Shout out to my mom because she's the best.
Shout out Mama Paula. That's good.
But now I got a husband. That's what she gonna tell me.
See, and this is the stuff that you got. This stuff you got to say in the beginning of a relationship.
Would it have changed where you at?
When we was going through marriage counseling, you should have told me that. Like, sometimes I need help pooping.
Boy, bad.
You should have said that. Like, sometimes I need help pooping. So, like, I need to know that you with me.
Jay says men just put some ice on it and drink a beer and keep it moving.
Like,
the Russell just go to sleep. He don't even do that. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I'm just gonna go lay down.
you need to take some medicine. No, I'm good. I'm gonna just go to bed. if it stay with me through the night, then I know it's serious.
Yeah. Candy says it's not the same. He can give it back to you. Oh, we saw that again.
That's true.
Sierra says it's moisture that's trapped in the skin. Yes, men get it too. Courtney says nope. If something don't feel right, go to the doctor.
Candace is in here. She laughed. What's up?
Shay says give him grace, Brandy. I be trying, but the little things under my arms, to me, that seems so simple, and I be needing help with that because it really hurts. So he gonna have to help me. Sherelle says Russ's face when you said hot poop. Ha ha ha.
Why I gotta be hot? You could have just said poop.
You know what's the difference between poop and hot poop. You know that, don't you?
I do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so.
this is us ending the live like this is wild.
Cheryl says, but he was cleaning his up with paper towel and hand soap. It ain't different, friend. We all do it.
That part.
The doctor's still gonna make you put it in yourself. Oh, see, the doctor don't do it for you. I know that because I ain't never tried to go to the doctor and get one.
Really?
They probably just prescribe it.
See, that's my worst fear. I'm like, even I don't know when the age when I'm supposed to start getting the
Colonoscopy.
Is that the one where
or
they check?
the prostate exam?
Yeah, I don't know when that's supposed to start, but I like literally
40.
when I told myself, literally when I found out about that, I said that's what's gonna take me out because there's just no way I can't even mentally picture it.
What do you mean, like you're gonna die of colon cancer?
If that's what's gonna take me out, that's what's gonna do it because I'm not gonna be able to find out if that's what I got.
You're going to get prostate cancer. You're gonna get a prostate.
Can they
exam.
sedate you? Can they put you under? For
Oh
that?
my goodness! It's literally just a finger in your butt. Like, get over it.
Just a finger in your butt. Listen to what you just said to me.
It's just a finger in your butt.
I don't know what you've been through. I don't know how you get down.
You do. You don't put your finger in my butt. But
Hey, y'all, we gotta go. It is officially gone off the rails. I've never had or desired a finger.
It's not. You're gonna listen. We'll talk about this after. She said 50.
And it's who does it to.
It's okay. Well, we'll get you a girl. You trying to get a girl doctor, or do you want a man doctor?
Now it's weird because now I'm picking personnel. Now, just all right. Okay, I can't, yo. I can't.
Jay says, "I'm sorry, but with our generation and how much we eat, we should notice if there's something wrong with the whole." Yvette says you have to start getting your colonoscopy at 50.
50, that's okay.
But I don't think that's the same for a prostate exam. I'm not sure though. If you don't have a history of it in your family, it might be later on. Courtney says, nah, nope, not just a finger in your butt. Nope, nah,
yo,
not
you
happening.
actually try to say, it's just a finger in your butt. Look, okay.
I know that they can sedate you for a colonoscopy, and I think they do sedate you for a colon. I don't think they, for a prostate exam, it's like during your annual.
I just got to get my money up. Michael Jackson had people just putting him to sleep because he needed sleep. I can pay somebody enough to put him to sleep for that.
Rainisha says, what's wrong with a little finger rest?
Okay. Who said that?
Rainisha.
Y'all playing games with me, and I'm not here for it. Y'all playing a lot of little games on this here chat,
but
and I'm not here for it.
You have to get serious about your health, and that's like no joke. All jokes aside, I
right.
know it's really uncomfortable.
They play with me, baby,
and to even think about it, but if it's life or death, you can tolerate just a little.
See, you're playing games with me. You playing games. All right, now when I don't go, I'm going to tell you I'm going too. Babe, you got to go for your thing. All right, cool. I'm going to be gone for our comeback. Like, yeah, I did it. Sherelle talking about some right. Toot it up. Let the doctor look and be done. Laugh out loud. Toot it up. Don't ever tell me to toot it up, Sherelle. I'll fight you. I don't know if you know that, but I will fight you. Yvette talking about some they do sedate and use a camera.
Yeah, that's how they get through it's on it like a little... Yeah,
it gets weirder and weird. They put now. You said it was a finger. Now it's a camera going on my butt.
That's the prostate exam. The colonoscopy is a camera that's tied to like a little scope. It's very thin, and it goes up through your colon. And what the camera's on there, so the doctor is looking at a screen, and they can see your duodenum and see.
Don't even know what that is. You sound like you was scatting and jazzy duodenum. Like sound like you singing doo-wop music.
I hate you right now.
Duodenum. I don't know what is that a body part?
Yes, it is.
Y'all got those too?
Yes, everybody does. But anyways,
y'all don't got prostates.
Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the colonoscopy. Anyways, and you can go in there and they get to see if you have like polyps, if you have any like cancerous lesions.
I'm sweating. I'm anxious. I just don't want to talk about this no more.
Okay.
And they said, and don't get a lady doctor nails because it's going to make that finger worse. See what they do? They do put you under for a colonoscopy and you lose weight during the process. Yeah. Okay.
Look, you done made it a little sweeter for me. So, okay, tell me more.
All right.
Tell me more. Lord. Get him
do what you got to do.
Liposuction.
I thought she was too. This is a lot. It's a lot. See, I don't know how we landed here. This was supposed to be about mozzarella sticks, and we landed on this. See? All right. Thank y'all so much. This is crazy that this like literally went on an hour and a half. I can't remember last time we had an episode this long. And the fact that it stretched out this long over this foolishness is beyond
This is only the last
me.
This only the last 26 minutes.
This
actually.
is beyond me. Okay, I'm sweating, yo.
Yvette says, and afterwards you pass gas uncontrollably and happily in front of all the room.
Okay. Jay go say, "Do bop a ski do."
Don't pass up my toot comment. It needs to make the podcast. I missed it. Oh,
don't pass up my toot.
It must be in response
oh no,
to
she
something.
said, "What's wrong with the little finger, Russ?" Toot toot. Okay. That's what needs to make the podcast. Toot toot.
Hey,
okay,
that came from Rainisha.
Okay, I see how y'all do. All right, y'all. All right, y'all, we finna slide. Any more questions, comments, or concerns?
Put the kitties to bed. Any questions, any comments, topics for next week? We are at the point where our list has been exhausted, and we just
Someone asked?
Huh?
Someone asked what the topics are?
No, I was saying if anybody has any topics that they want us to cover. Sherelle has a request. She said, pray us out. Excuse me.
I'm with it.
All right.
You got it?
No, you do. You said you with it.
Huh?
This is what we do at night, y'all. It's your turn. It's your turn to pray.
Hold on. Wait, we were talking about something, or should we do it after the prayer? Let's end it with the prayer.
Okay.
There's no questions in there?
Renisha said, no, I needed this laugh, y'all. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We had a good time tonight.
Absolutely. You have no idea how much we appreciate you guys, all the new people we connected with, all the new names that have made it to our live, and the people that connected with us. Y'all have no idea. We talk about y'all. We pray for y'all. And I legitimately feel like, I know some of y'all, like I know I ain't met half of y'all, but I feel like, we're really building a sense of community here. So, from our hearts to you guys, thank you so much for the support. It means everything, and it keeps us going. It really does. This is a lot of work that goes into us sitting in front of this camera. So thank you guys. All right, so we're gonna pray and we're gonna get up out of here. Okay, love y'all. Father God, we thank you once again for an opportunity to just communicate with you, God.
Yes.
And we thank you for being present with us as we communicate with one another, God, as we talk about matters of the heart, as we talk about the dynamics in our community, in our homes, in our family unit, God. Father God, we care about family, God, because we know you care about family, yes, God. Lord. It was your gift to humanity, God, when you looked at us and assessed that it's not good for us to be alone, God. So you created a dynamic specially for us, God. So I pray for every person here present today on this live, God. I know it's not coincidental. I know it's not by chance. I know that it is intentional and it was purposed for just a time as this, God. So whatever season that anybody on this chat has found themselves in, God, whether they're in a season of singleness, God, I pray that you prepare their hearts, God, for their next season, God. I pray for those who are looking for someone to share their life with. And I pray for the person that they are to be with, God. I pray for their future spouse. I pray for her or him, God. I pray that you mold them, God, that you perfect them and grow them so that when you bring them together, God, that they will begin to manifest in this life the purpose that you've placed on their relationship, the mandate that you've given them. I pray for marriages that are present on this podcast. I pray for each couple who's trying to navigate through life and navigate through the space of relationships, God. Father God, you know more than anybody how difficult it is to manage relationships, God. But we know that with your grace, all things are possible, God. So help us, God. Meet us at the point of our need, God. If it's a conversation that needs to be had, walk with us as we have the conversation, God. If it's something that needs to be said, empower us to say what needs to be said. If it's being quiet, humble us to be quiet when we need to be quiet, God. Whatever it is we need to do, God, we believe that you are able and you are faithful to perform it, God. We thank you. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for everybody here today, God. Father God, I pray for everybody's sense and mindset, their spirit, wherever they're at in life, God. I pray that you see about them, Father God. Somebody right now is confused. They don't know which way they're going. They don't know what's up and what's down, whether they should be with somebody, whether they should spend time being alone, God. I pray that you bring clarity to their mind, God. I pray that you bring clarity to their idea of self, bring clarity to who they are. And I pray that as they find out who they are in you, then they'll know exactly what they need to be doing in this season, God. We thank you. We bless your name. And we give you all the honor, praise, and glory. Yes, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Long-winded, but we love y'all.
Amen. We love y'all.
Absolutely. Can I get an amen in the
Hallelujah.
chat? Hey, you got smoked. A little vibrato on that. Smoked that. I like that.
All right, y'all. Always remember we love love.
Y'all should love too. Peace.